The United States have condemned Eritrea's involvement in the war in neighboring Ethiopia. In a statement to reporters, the special envoy to the region said it served to, quote, inflame an already tragic situation. This comes after Tigrayan forces said troops from Eritrea had launched a full-scale offensive with heavy fighting in several areas along the border. On Monday, the United Nations published a report saying they believe the Ethiopian government was responsible for war crimes and crimes against humanity in the Tigray region. Caroline Lombole has the details.
Sexual and gender-based violence perpetrated on a staggering scale. The UN's International Commission of Human Rights Experts on Ethiopia delivered this damning report on Monday.
There are reasonable grounds to believe that violations such as extrajudicial killings, rape, sexual violence and starvation of the civilian population as a method of warfare have been committed in Ethiopia since November 3, 2020. The Commission finds reasonable grounds to believe that in several instances, these violations amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity.
The report singled out both sides of the conflict, though it said Tigrayan women and girls have been targeted with particular violence and brutality. Tigrayan authorities welcomed the report. They've been battling federal forces, which are allied with Eritrean troops, since 2020. The conflict has old roots. For more than 2 decades, politics in Ethiopia were dominated by Tigrayans, a group which makes up only around 7% of the country's population. But this started to change when Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed came to power in 2018. Tigray resisted these changes, and in November 2020, the political crisis erupted into war. Thousands of people have died, and many more have been forced to flee their homes and are facing a humanitarian crisis. In March, the Ethiopian government declared a unilateral truce on humanitarian grounds, but combat resumed last month.
And Ethiopia has now reacted to the report. Its ambassador to the UN in Geneva said that there is, quote, not any single evidence that shows the government of Ethiopia used humanitarian aid as an instrument of war. Ambassador Zenabi Kebede called the commission that published the report politically motivated and that their conclusions were self-contradictory and biased.